pressure. Birds sing in the morning. I like to take a walk in the park. Take a walk in the park and watch butterflies. Okay. I'd like to take a walk in the park. Okay, ChatGPT correction. It gives us phrase. Birds sing in the morning. Birds are chirping in the morning. At times, ChatGPT might not give you the exact word, but yes, if you ask me and you want me to make this better, we can say birds chirp. Actually, birds don't sing, birds chirp. We all know that, right? Everyone here? Yeah. So whenever you speak to ChatGPT for that 1 minute every day, you will come across such kind of responses like Avni's trying. You can also try and come back to me. Yeah, I'll be happy to speak with you and make it better if required, right? Okay, I like to take a walk in the park and watch butterflies or observe butterflies. I'll give you a better one. 1 minute. Corrections made. Take a walk, take walks. We say take a walk singular or take walks plural. No, walk is always singular. Okay? Since you're talking about a routine habit, take walks is the correct form. No, takes walks is not the correct form. ChatGPT is not correcting you here. It is take a walk. Walk is take always. A walk. Yeah. I like to go for walks in the evening. I like to go for walks in the evening. Right? Versus, so it's I versus, I'll give you an example what ChatGPT actually means, okay? I walk, you walk, I'm so sorry. I'm facing a little trouble today, unfortunately, due to a low network. I hope I'm audible. Yeah. Coming back to you, Avni. Yeah. So this particular message that ChatGPT is correcting us, I'm coming to the concept behind it, okay? I like to take a walk in the park and watch butterflies versus I like going for walks in the evening. Okay? 2 sentences. However, if you ask me that ChatGPT is saying we take a walk is singular or take walks plural, since you're talking about a routine habit, take walks. No, so this is not correct. The last line of ChatGPT that is correcting you, Avni, is not correct. Okay. If you say the same thing, I'll take a walk in the park and watch butterflies, or I enjoy taking a walk in the park. I, you, we. First person, second person, third person. For example, I'll give you an example. I go to the park in the evening. We like to go to the park in the evening. He goes to the park. So I go, we go, he goes. That's the concept behind it. That's first person, second person, third person. So here ChatGPT is not correcting us 100%. So whenever you get stuck like this, come back to me.
Okay, yeah.
90%, you can say 95% correct, but at times, yes, it makes grammatical mistakes. I have also personally noticed. So whenever you find such an error and you get a little stuck, you can either use Grammarly when you're practicing. That is something you can 99.99% trust, because we as trainers also at times use. But yes, ChatGPT is not 100% reliable for grammar. It is just a mode of speaking and practicing, yes. But correction of grammar, you might want to come back to me. And when you're over and beyond that, you can use Grammarly. That is safe.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not trust. Like you got stuck right when you asked me, right? So always do that. Yeah. Others also do try. It is a good app to practice, just to speak for like 2 minutes every day. You need someone to speak for 2 minutes over and beyond the classes. Yes, do that. Yeah. And now what we're going to do, we're going to focus completely on tenses, prepositions, articles, verbs for the next almost 15 days, so that this base becomes strong. And then we go on to business communication, which is corporate communication or professional communication. How do you handle those kind of conversations? That's our plan of action. Sounds good? Right? Because many of us might be very good with grammar, some of us might not be. Right? So I think we are all a mix of mixed learners. So let's just understand the basics of it so that our basics become strong. And then we go on to the business communication, which is again part of curriculum. Right? So we've not really changed anything. We're just going a little in order now. Right? So that you understand, okay, simple present is done, simple past is done, simple future is done. What did we do next? We went on to continuous, the ing form, something which is happening in the now, right? And we spoke of past continuous last time, correct? We asked each other some kind of questions, and I told you next time when I come connect, we will do some questions related to workplace. I'll do that now. Then I move on to future continuous. I will be doing this tomorrow versus I am doing this right now. So Avni, for example, or Shikha asks me, what will you be doing tomorrow evening? I'll be conducting my English grammar class with English class tomorrow evening. Right? So I will be conducting in the evening. I'm not giving you any timeline when I'll be conducting it. It's future number one. Future is certain or uncertain?
Certain.
Uncertain.
And it's an open timeline that I'm giving. I will go deeper into it to tell you the concepts behind it. Yes, understand the concept. Once you understand the concept of tenses, trust me, 70%, I would say, not 80, I would say 65 to 70% of your basics of communication would become strong. Then comes the most important part, verbs. Verbs and tenses go hand in hand. Then comes prepositions, to, for, in, on, at. I wouldn't really say tricky. Go by logic again. Then we go on to articles, and then we go on to other topics. Once this is done, right, let's complete it. Once this is done, then we move on to another aspect. So that your base becomes strong, you also have clarity, you're able to hold conversations. Right? Because grammar is the base. It's the crux. That has to become strong. Right? Sounds good? Okay. So I'll pull up my questions. We do have that list of questions that we discussed last time, correct? I shared a document with you. Am I right? I'll share it again on screen. And 1 second. I'll put you into breakout rooms. I'll come in your breakout rooms and help you as well. I hope that helps. Yeah. Okay. I'm sharing it again in case you don't have it. However, I did in my last session, but many of us might not be there. I am quickly opening breakout rooms. Hang on. Yeah, just keep this with you because this is exactly what you'll be doing with your partners. All right, Harsh sir, could you give me the host access or co-host access? I would need the breakout rooms. Yeah. I would need to put the learners in the breakout rooms. I don't have the access. Can you just quickly download this document, learners, everyone? I'm sure you have it. I will now be asking you. So we all are good with daily questions, right? We all are good with what are you doing? What were you doing? This is simple. Can we handle those kind of questions? Yes? Are we confident? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes.
Confident? Everyone else? Any questions for me? Salil, Sonal, Vamsi? Feel free to ask me before I go to the next part of it, because this is little the next level of it. Yes, can you see my screen? Are we comfortable with the first block? Agrima, even though you're not working, but you had a hang of the questions last time, right? You got comfortable with them?
Yes,
correct?
ma'am.
And now you can hypothetically look at these questions. Again, it's going to help you practice your tenses only. You might not give
Yes.
me proper answers. All I'm checking is not the content. I'm just looking at the grammar right now. So just look at it from that side. Don't overstress yourself that what am I going to answer. Just look at the grammar part of it. That's it. Okay? You
Yes,
can hyper
ma'am.
up questions. You can see your learners also, partners, how they are answering. That's it. I'm just looking at the grammar right now. All right? The content part will come later. I will tell you later when we do actual professional communication. Okay, for example, same for Srilata. If I ask you, can you describe a time when you were working on a project and something unexpected happened? You can cook up a story, Srilata. For example, number one, I'm looking at only the tense, right? Can you describe a time when you were working on a project? You can even hypothetically imagine a project you did in your graduation, post-graduation. Yeah? Yeah, I can't hear you, Srilata.
Yeah, I did the project in post-graduation time.
Your mic is a little away from your mouth. Can you hold it a little closer? Yeah.
Hello.
Can't hear you. No, I can't hear you. Can anybody hear her, or do I check my connections?
Hello.
The volume is low.
Yeah, you can pull it a little more, get it a little more closer to your mouth. The mic.
Is it okay now?
Still very low. I'll try to understand. Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I did the project in my post-graduation time. Maybe I can.
You
I
do
could,
it, right? Correct.
I did.
Now, others, I'm sure the ones who are working would be able to correlate. What were you doing when your manager asked you to take on an urgent task? So, for example, Shikha, hypothetical, your manager asked you to take on an urgent task and you were already doing something, right? So, I was working on completing my paintings, right? Working on completing my pending painting or orders while my manager asked me to take on an urgent task. Understood how you replied? So Srilata can ask you, okay, which kind of paintings were you working on? You hold a conversation. I want to understand for 5 minutes, if someone is asking you in this tense, are we able to respond to each other? Right? Again, Shikha, you might use mix of tenses, which is okay. It is okay as long as it is making sense. Right? So you don't have to restrict yourself. She's asked me this question, I will only answer like that. No, you have to hold a conversation. Conversation is always a mix of tenses. Correct? Hypothetical conversation. If you have multiple questions on screen, you choose which are the 5 questions I am comfortable to speak with. And all I want to help you with is your tenses. Make sense? Yeah, so we go into breakout rooms, we discuss with each other, right? We've discussed simple questions. We've discussed what were you doing yesterday and how did you spend your birthday and your weekend. Those kind of questions we have somehow understood how to hold basic conversations, right? When we do recap of tenses, again, it will be practiced again. So before I complete tenses and move to the next topic, I will do a complete recap. Recap means, again, we kind of speak with each other. Right? You do that. That is one-to-one with me. You can speak. I won't put you into breakout rooms there. There we can have a conversation and understand if there are certain areas we still need to work upon. Make sense? Yeah, but I believe you're more comfortable speaking with each other and getting more comfortable understanding how you hold conversations with 2 people, right? Let's do that. Everyone has this document? Yeah?
Yes.
Ones who are working are completely okay with teamwork and collaboration and problem solving skills? right? Such kind of questions you day in and day out kind of look at such challenges, correct? And the ones who are yet to step into, I am sure you people can, cook up a story. I want to understand the tenses only, right? I'm sure we worked on graduation, post-graduation projects and challenges. We've all come across those kind of challenges, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So give me a minute. I'll come to your rooms in case you have any questions. Because that's the only way to master tenses is practice and only practice, right? 1 second. Hang on. And everybody needs to practice and speak. So, apni okay. Yeah, you can start to join. One would have 4, 4, and 3. Yeah, no other option. And I'll come to your rooms then. All right. So Agrima, Mohan, and Rakesh. Yeah. Mohan and Rakesh, you're here?
Yes, ma'am.
You're here?
Yes. Yeah.
So Salil is also joined. So we have about 4 of us here, right?
All right.
Salil is working, Mohan is working, Rakesh is working. Agrima, you you understood the activity? Yes.
Yes,
You take up projects in where you work in a team, or you only have assignments that you do alone?
sometimes I have team
The teams
projects.
Nice. Okay, let me come to you. Okay, so we are 4 people, pairs of 2. Makes sense? Yes.
Yes.
Rakesh could pair with Mohan. Salil pairs with Agrima. Yeah, Salil?
Okay.
So, for example, Salil, you ask Agrima, okay, Agrima, again, you not working, it's fine. You just have to hold a conversation. You cook up any story, that is okay, right? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
For example, Salil, or for example, Agrima is asking Salil, what were you and your team doing when a project got delayed? What were you and your team doing when a project got delayed? So, for example, Salil can say, me and my team were working on the tasks. However, the project got delayed because of XYZ reasons. Again, right? He also has to cook up. It's not a real situation that Salil is in. Right? So, Agrima would say, what kind of situations came up? You just have a conversation. You follow up on the conversation for 2 minutes. That's it. Make sense? You have to just hypothetically hold a conversation. All right? Yeah?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Salil, you understood, right? You can guide her since you
Yes.
you understand the situation, right? Mohan and Rakesh coming to you.
Yeah, ma'am.
You can take up a situation, Mohan, where you are interviewing Rakesh. You are the HR and Rakesh is the candidate.
Sure, Ritik. I'll
All
do
right,
that.
Mohan, you understood, right? So you can guide
Yeah.
Rakesh. For example, Rakesh, you go for a job interview, right?
All right.
HR asks us a lot of questions, mix of questions. Tell me something about yourself. Or can you tell me a time when you were handling a very problematic situation, or while you were preparing for a presentation, what challenges did you face or do you face? Right? Basically, what is the HR trying to understand, Rakesh, in this? He's trying to understand when you are giving a presentation, do you hesitate? Do you get nervous? Am I right, Mohan? That's how HRs ask us, right?
Absolutely right.
Hypothetically, become his HR, he becomes your candidate, and you hold a conversation for 2 minutes only. Okay? Agrima and Salil, you can also take up the first situation. I'm completely okay with that. If you become, Salil becomes the HR and Agrima becomes the candidate.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Right? Agrima, for example, going for an interview. Interviewers usually ask you these kind of follow-up questions. They're trying to understand you as a candidate. Right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
like nobody is judging you, just judging you on tenses, you're not judging you on your answers. Okay, don't worry. Interview skills is a totally different topic when we do the training
Yes,
topic.
ma'am. No, ma'am, I've already had an interview experience in
Wonderful.
school.
Yeah, wonderful. Right? So you must, and when you do the actual session with me, we'll understand more about it. Right now, we are only looking at tenses, nothing else.
Yes,
Okay?
ma'am.
Yeah. All right. Good luck.
Yeah.
I'll be back. Let me know if you want any support. Drop a message on Telegram. I'll come to your room, right? Okay.
Salil, Agrima, you both started. Yeah. Once you finish, we'll start.
So I have to ask the question or I have to give the answer?
You have to
You
ask
need to ask
Agrima.
question.
So Garba, tell me about what are you doing on the project? Why it is lingering and why it is not completing on the time?
Which topic? The first job interview or the other one?
It is job into sorry HR question.
Yeah, job interview. It's okay.
It's a job interview. Okay. It's a job interview.
Could you please repeat?
Yeah. What are you doing on the project? Why it is lingering and why it is not completing on the time? Please describe the situation about the reason of delaying the project. Why your team could not complete the project on the right time?
Can you please, what Mohan and Rakesh, could you please start? Like, I just have to think about it.
Yeah.
The HR question.
Yeah, sure. Mohan, go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Rakesh. So, can you please tell me about yourself?
Yeah.
In-
Sure. My name is Rakesh Kumar Rusalam, basically from Purnia, Bihar. But currently I'm working as a automation engineer as a optimized solution. Yeah.
Can you please explain about your project?
Okay. Sure. Mostly I, as a automation engineer, mostly work as a automation project where company will be take to project for client. We give the detail project. I will write the test case and execute the test case and provide the detailed report of the testing activity. Yeah.
So you're talking about this automation project in the sense in the software you are doing as automation,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah. So there's a two type of testing, right? One is manual and one is automation, right? So
Right.
you are part of automation, right? So
Right. Both. I'm doing
both manual and automation. So can you describe a time when you were working on a project and something unexpected happened?
Something. Okay. Allow me sometimes I will think about.
Okay. Or else I'll ask another question.
Yeah.
So what challenges you have faced while working on this automation project?
Yeah.
Can you explain the
Mostly.
challenges? Yeah.
As a automation, mostly facing the like automate the scenario where project will find the unique identifier locator. Sometimes complex locator mostly. and also differently like frequently changes on the requirement. That time will be some facing issue, and sometimes the project is not work, sometimes not work in the same environment.
So
Yeah,
you're facing issues while taking an initial to understand the requirement, or while you're not able to identify this objects, right? The with this automation tool, the locators, right? You're talking
right.
about.
Yeah.
So which tool you are using currently? Automation tool?
Yeah, Selenium and TestNG framework.
That Selenium is so what
Yeah,
languages you are working on that on Selenium? C# or Java?
yeah, Selenium in Java, with respect Java.
Okay. Okay. So nice, Rakesh. So okay, I'll ask one more question. When you are working on, so you received a recognition from your supervisor. So can you explain? Oh, so what is the achievement? So what were you working on? So can you explain?
Yeah, I didn't get your question properly. Can you explain again? Yeah,
So,
can you repeat that?
what were you working on when you received recognition from your supervisor? So it is in the seventh question actually. All right. If you're not able to understand, so okay, we'll
Yeah,
ask another question.
yeah, I got your question. Uh,
Okay.
like when you assigning some work, I do very good. That time will be give compliment and recognize my work. That's super. Yeah, that's
Right. So can you brief explain what were you working? So you received this recognition. So something you achieved a target or task, you finish your task on that deadline or anything you can create anything you can explain.
yeah. Finish the
You
task on
deadline,
time.
right?
I
Right. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah complete. Yeah, when doing the complete the task on time, that time will be
Okay.
they recognize also. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice talking to you, Rakesh.
Yes.
Salil, you and Ragrima, you can start. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, Agrima, are you ready? It's if you are not comfortable with giving the answer, you could ask me the questions.
Okay. I have made answer of one of the questions. Like the first one, like
Hello.
can you describe a time when you were working on a project and something unexpected happened?
नहीं क्या बोलना 3 बार कर दे 1 बार कर लिए हाँ क्या नहीं क्या पैर राल ची बोलना बात की एक कथी वो फोन कर लिए आशीष के 6 बजे वो कल के हम चल गए तो हम छोड़ दिए फिर तब कहे तो कल भेज देवो हाँ क्या ठीक नहीं चाहिए हाँ
I'll complete my the important project because I have a given deadline to complete it and to submit. So I'll finish that.
But if there is any acceptation from your management that you do any
ठीक है चिराग
urgent type of work, then what will your answer be?
Sorry?
If your manager asks you to do any prompt action on current work, then what will you give the answer?
Sir, I'll try to finish that as soon as possible. The work.
Okay, and what were your any you could ask also a question from me.
Okay. Could you please explain what challenges did you face while preparing for an interview or a presentation?
Well, my most important challenge is that I am facing, and that is a collection of the information on which I am going to take the presentation. I am going to give the presentation, and when I will collect the right kind of information regarding the project and the task which I have assigned for giving the presentation, then I will definitely deliver it to the our management.
To do this.
What is our room number? Do you know?
Room number 2.
Okay, we'll go back. I think we are still here in the room.
No,
Okay,
no.
we have come back. Okay, yeah.
Yes, learners. Are we back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Yeah. Sonal, you were asking me which room number. I was actually on a call with the team. Yes, tell me.
No, I thought I'm still in the room. We are room number 2. It's okay.
No problem. Room number 1 wants to start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Mansi, you were there. I couldn't see you. I hope you were in your right in the room.
I rejoined back.
You lost your place?
Yeah.
Oh, nobody. So you weren't in any room?
No, yeah, I rejoined in room number 2 actually, but a bit late.
Oh, so you understood, right? What is to be done?
Yeah, yes,
What is
please.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'll come to you then. Room number 1, yeah. Yeah. Yes. We there? Room number 1 is here. Who was in room number 1?
Yeah.
Okay, Salil. Yeah. Salil and Agrima and Rakesh and Mohan, right?
Yes, right one.
Okay. So Salil goes first or Rakesh goes first? I'm okay with anyone, as in how you are comfortable. Without wasting any time.
Agrima, are you ready for giving the answer, or you will ask me the questions?
I think she was comfortable, if I'm not wrong, right, Agrippa?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. We can go to both ways, other way also. I mean, as in how you're comfortable, just to understand the basics of this tense. That's it. So don't think like I'm actually looking at your interview skills. No, I'm not. Because interview skills is a different topic altogether. Right? I'm just trying to put ourselves into different situations to understand that if this tense is something we are able to speak, that's it, nothing else. Okay, so don't think that it's interview and people are going to judge me. No, no one is judging you. Okay, when you do interview skills, I will tell you how a question is to be answered and what does an HR think about it and how does an HR look at those questions. That's a very different session. Don't worry. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And how do you handle situations and problems? All of that is business communication, right? So don't worry about that. Yeah. Good luck. Okay.
So Garima, tell me about yourself. What on which project you are doing currently?
Sir, I'm doing an
working
important
on.
project based on.
Working on, yeah.
I'm working on an important project based on sales and marketing.
So tell me the situation if your project, if you are working on a project and it goes worst condition, then what task you will take?
If I'm working on a project,
Yes.
uh, um,
And
so
it
should I
would-
explain the incident?
Yeah,
So,
I'll help you. 1 second. Sorry to interrupt, Agrima. So he's trying to say, tell me about a time if the project fails. Am I right, Salil?
yes, yes.
Right? Your project has failed, Agrima. You are the front face of the project. Yeah? You took up and then ultimately the project has failed. So you and your team together have to face that situation.
Okay.
Let's look at a failure. Any failure, Agrima. That's it. Simple.
We'll try to
No worries. No worries.
we'll try to cover up the mistakes by talking with the head and the manager and the whosoever concerned with the project, and we'll assure them that this mistake won't be happening in the future.
Well, okay. Okay, and
You can ask him now, Agrima. Any 2-3 questions? That's okay.
and tell me the situation if your project fails, then what the reason you will describe to your manager regarding the failure of your project?
As I'll be the front, basically the leader of the project. I'll be telling the head that it was like my part of the mistake that I didn't cross check what the team members were discussing.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I understood, Agrima. Ask him some questions now so that you have a conversation. Yes, Salil, I understood your point. Right? Now Agrima, you can ask him a few questions from there so that we focus on this tense, right? Which is what were you doing and questions like that. Yeah. So you have a couple of questions.
What challenges did you face while preparing for a presentation?
Well, when I was going to give my presentation, first of all, I will collect the right information regarding my presentation. And when I will collect them, then I will analyze that information regarding to the presentation and make a technological setup like PPT or any other hack to deliver that on the right platform.
Have you received any appreciation from your department head for
Yes,
any project?
yes. When I will complete my project on the right time and give my management satisfaction to that project, then definitely appreciation will comes from my management team. That will be on the basis of their that will in a type of bonus or any verbal appreciation also. I will definitely share it with my team and
Go ahead. Last
uh,
question, Agrima, for him.
Yes, ma'am. How have you tackled a situation when your manager has suddenly given you an urgent task?
yes, definitely. I will. First of all, I will inform him that on which project right now I am doing, and if he insists me that give up that project and first do it right now, then definitely I will do the desired project which my manager actually suggests me or asked me to do that.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, Agrima. All right. Good conversation. Think you were able to speak to the right level. Coming to you, Salil, have you received any appreciation from your manager? So Agrima is trying to ask that when you gave a presentation, did your manager ever appreciate you, right? So Salil, just keep one thing in mind. Yes, I have received. That is present perfect. I'm coming to that. Why she asked you that? It is a normal question, right?
Okay.
She also might not have thought while she's asking you, what tense am I using? Am I right, Agrima? Again, no one is ever going to ask you the tense. So coming to you, Salil, if anyone asks you, for example, in an interview also, or any colleague asking you, okay, have you ever received any appreciation for your work? In short, generic. Right? So you will say, so you reply same, Salil. Don't say I will receive, which means you are yet to receive. Versus you have already received, and you will say, yes, I have received appreciation for my work many times from my seniors.
Okay.
Understood, Salil? So you respond in the same tense.
Okay. Okay.
And I will tell you which tense is this. You remember last time we discussed have, has, had is perfect.
Yes.
Which I have not discussed till now, but she asked you a simple question. So whenever someone asks us, we respond in the same tense. Correct? Because what do tenses tell us? Tenses tell us the time frame. Right? Whether it is present, whether it is past, whether it is future. So is everyone understanding when Salil and Agrima were speaking to each other? Was everyone listening? Yeah? Random conversation, however, it is a mix of tenses. Correct, Salil? You understood?
Yes, I have got it.
You also understood, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Fair enough. Thank you. Who's next? Rakesh and Mohan. So Salil, when it is I will, it is future. You will receive it. You've not received it till now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So just keep these three things in mind. I will, I am, I was. Correct? I am is present. I will is
Future.
I was is
Past.
that's it. So just these three things we need to be slightly more mindful while we respond. Yeah? Okay. Thank you. Rakesh and Mohan, yeah.
Hello, hi Rakesh.
Yeah.
Hello.
Rakesh, you here?
Yes, I'm.
So,
Hi Rakesh. Yeah. Can I go?
yeah, you can go. But Mohan, you're asking him questions as an interview, or are you just randomly picking up questions?
I'm
Random?
just randomly
Fine.
picking. Yeah.
Fine. Yeah. So others, I request everybody to also hear, right? Since it's going to be a mix of different tenses, so you would also understand, right? Everyone should hear each other out. Yeah. Go ahead.
So, hi Rakesh. Can you describe a time when you were working on a project and something unexpected happened?
Yeah, I was working as a project where suddenly unexpected built is a fail. Like due to some dynamic element that's
So, when you are running a build, it got failed. What you are trying to say?
like when you work on the automation project, when sometimes a dynamic element located will
You
be
need to
changed.
run a script, right? Execute
Yeah.
the script. So, right?
Right.
So it got failed, right? So what challenges you're thinking? I mean, what kind of issues it got failed? Can you explain?
Like I find that the root cause why will we fail the build, that I try to handle the like.
So did you able to resolve that issue when it got failed?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So I'll ask one more question. So So when were your teammates doing when the client arrived unexpectedly? What were your teammates doing when the clients arrived unexpectedly?
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
So what were your teammates doing when the clients arrived unexpectedly?
So Rakesh, he's trying to ask you if you're working in a team and if a client comes up with some unexpected, expectation. Yeah, or a visit or an expectation, or suddenly you receive a client request, which is very unexpected. You already have so much to do, and suddenly client request can come anytime, correct?
Yes.
That never comes planned. A lot of times it's planned, a lot of times it's very unplanned also. Correct. So how will you handle that situation? What were your teammates doing when the client request came unexpectedly? So you can say my teammates were working on their assigned tasks when the client unexpectedly came up with some expectation, right? And the team had to then think, decide, and then work upon. Right, Rakesh?
Yes.
Unexpected expectations clients can always come up with,
Suddenly.
right? Parallelly, you might be doing a lot of other things, right?
Right.
So what were your teammates doing when the client arrived unexpectedly is, what were your teammates doing? It is past continuous. My teammates were working on their assigned tasks when the client call arrived unexpectedly. So then, Mohan, you can ask him what kind of tasks probably, then you can follow up.
Yeah. So what kind of task you are working on, Rakesh?
Like a task is project, like new software project they give to test the application and give the detailed report about the software working as per client request. I will provide the proper detailed documentation, no any blocker defect in the application. Yeah.
Okay. So quick correction. Thanks, Mohan. Rakesh, I will is future.
Okay.
Correct? Rakesh, you here?
Yes.
I will is
Future tense.
future. However, the question says, what were your teammates doing? It is past continuous. So my teammates were working on something. So you go into the past. Rakesh, did you understand? You're talking in the future. However, the question is in past continuous. You understand past continuous, Rakesh? I was doing, I was eating, I was working on the script. I was working on preparing a new coding XYZ. Understood?
Yes.
Yes, Rakesh. So you have to go back. It's past continuous, not future continuous. All right?
All right.
Yeah. So just look at the question. What were your teammates doing? For example, I ask you, what were you handling when a customer raised a complaint? So, for example, I ask you, what were you doing or handling when a customer raised a complaint, Rakesh? If I randomly ask you, customers do complain, right? Maybe for the script going wrong, or maybe for the project being incorrectly delivered, or maybe not meeting the timeline, right? So how will you handle, what were you handling when a customer raised a complaint? Regular situation at work. What were you handling? What tense is this, Rakesh, as per you?
Past tense.
Past continuous, right?
Yeah, right.
If I ask you, what are you handling right now? How will you answer that?
Present tense.
Present continuous. So what kind of role are you handling right now, Rakesh? If I ask you, what kind of a role are you handling right now? Yeah. Try that out. What kind of a role are you handling right now? Right now, what's your job role?
Automation engineer.
Yeah, so that's the designation. I'm asking you the task. What role do you take care of, or what role do you carry out?
Yes, testing.
Because I don't know what an automation engineer does. For example, Avni might not know, Vamsi might not know. We don't know what an automation engineer does. So if I ask you as an HR, what kind of a role are you handling right now in present continuous? How would you answer that? Yeah. Try it out. Yeah. You understood the question, Rakesh? Present continuous is I am handling XYZ right now. Right?
Right, ma'am.
So practice this. Just practice these 3 tenses for now. Simple present, simple past, simple future. The 7-day challenge that I've given you. Right? Just practice that for now and then let's move to the others, right? Because I believe you're getting a little confused, which is okay. It might be a little tricky for you. Start with the basics. All right, Rakesh?
Yes.
Yeah, go back to my old recordings. I believe you missed a few sessions, so you might find it a little difficult as of now. But pull up my old recordings, right? You might have got notes also from the team.
Yeah.
You have them?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, just practice that and come back to me.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, and you can hear your friends also when they speak. Just master the basics of tenses right now. Okay? Yeah. Who's the next one? Yeah, room number 2? 2, 3? Yeah.
Yeah, myself and Sonal was there.
Okay.
Sonal, Suraj, and
Yeah.
Vamsi.
So Swamsi and Suraj have paired? Or is it the other way?
We were doing like mix and match.
Right. Let's go with you and Sriharsa first, yeah.
Okay.
And then I think Vamsi would go, yeah. Or I can speak to Vamsi, no worries. However.
Okay. So, Sriharsa, you can start.
Okay, so the first question we have picked up from job interview types.
Sorry to
can
interrupt.
you-
Sorry to interrupt.
You can
Suraj,
just start.
have you paired with?
Yes.
I started with the question and with the answer. I read the question and with the answer I have shared the first answer and the second answer shared by Sonal and simultaneously with
Okay.
Suraj.
Fine.
Vamsi.
Yeah.
So can you describe a time when you were working on a project and unexpected happened? So for this, what I have shared is when I was working on a project, there was my colleague who has slipped on the stairs. So immediately we have took him to the hospital. So this was my answer for this.
Fine.
And Sonal, please.
Yeah. We took him to the hospital or we rushed him to the hospital?
Yeah.
We had to rush him. Fast, no?
Oh,
So
yeah.
should I'll ask you questions and Sriharsa, you answer. So let's do it
Yeah.
that way.
Okay.
So, Sriharsa, what were you doing when your manager asked you to take on an urgent task?
When your manager asked you to take on a project,
Urgent task.
urgent task. So actually, I was working on the task which was which was given by my manager yesterday. So I was yet to complete that task.
Okay. And can you tell me about a situation where you were handling a client issue and the situation got worse?
Worse. So it was when I faced this situation, I took a 5 minutes break from the client, and we both went for a cup of tea, and we have a cup of tea, and we came back for the same discussion. So meanwhile, in this discussion, we thought about how to revise and make the thing better than the worse. This will be my answer.
How to minimize the damage? Yeah.
Yes.
I've given you the sentence. Otherwise, others can also make a note. If you're in such a situation, you can say we took a breather. We all went for a cup of coffee and to understand what caused the damage, right? And understood what steps we could take to minimize it. Right? Okay.
Yes.
And when that Sonal asked what when situation got worse or when situation went out of hands. Right? Situation going worse is situation getting out of hands. Something which is not going right. Right? Things have already worsened now. let's see how we can minimize it. Yeah, understood, Sonal? Others can also
Yeah.
make a situation going worse or situation out of hands. And this can be used anywhere and everywhere, this kind of sentence. Right?
Okay.
This is not only in this particular question. Yeah. You can all make a note. Yeah, okay.
So while you were preparing for a presentation, what challenges did you face?
While preparing the presentation, I have many challenges. Like
So I had to face many
I-
challenges, or I
had
faced
to
many
face.
challenges. Yeah.
I faced many challenges because
Correct.
how to make my presentation in a more effective manner to convince the top management. So I'll be going on different softwares like WPS and other PPT sort of softwares. So I'll be working on that.
Okay. Now maybe you can ask me questions.
Yes. What task were you doing last time? A deadline was changed suddenly.
Sorry, your voice was breaking.
Sorry, one second. What task were you doing the last time? A deadline was changed suddenly.
So I was working on an issue that needed to be urgently delivered when the deadline was changed suddenly.
Okay. Describe a time when you were dealing with multiple priorities and one important issue came up.
Yes. So last month I was working on a project and there were a lot of tasks with multiple priorities, and client suddenly came up with another task, and the client said it is a high priority issue. So initially I was a little nervous and irritated, but then I discussed with client, understood his issue, and then I understood that he had a project which was to be delivered and in next 2 days. So with his consent we changed the priorities of the existing task, and that's how it was important for me to set the right expectation, and I dealt with it with no major issue from client side.
What were you working on when you received a recognition from your super boss?
I was working on a project when I received recognition from my supervisor. The project had again time deadlines. There were multiple other issues, like we had resource crunch. We were not getting teammates with right skills, but by managing cross trainings and by putting extra time and efforts, by motivating my team, we managed to deliver the project on time, and then I received the recognition from my management. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks. Coming to you, so Sriharsa, I worked on those aspects to improve past, right? What were the challenges that you faced while you were giving the presentation? These were the challenges I faced, and that's when I worked on those aspects. So past, simple past and past continuous, both are going hand in hand. Otherwise, good try. Thanks, Sonal. Good confidence. Sriharsa, I like the confidence from your side also. Minor errors here and there, which will be worked upon. Right? Thanks, Sonal.
Thank you.
And, all right. Who's next? Yeah.
Suraj.
So Suraj and Vamsi, is it? How was it practiced, Sriharsa?
So actually, myself and Sonal, we three was
You and Sonal.
discussing. Yeah, yeah. The answer was shared by even Vamsi and Sonal at the same time, one on one.
Fine. Fine. So, Suraj, you're there? Suraj,
He
you're
was
there?
also, he was muted that time also.
Suraj, staying on mute won't help. We need your support. We really need to practice as much as we can. I can't see you. Cameras are always off, so I don't really know if you're there. I really require your support. Okay. Vamsi. Vamsi, you're comfortable if Sriharsa asks you a few questions? Yeah?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Sriharsa, we can mix? Yeah? Because he's
Yeah, yeah.
working comfortable and he's
So,
always up. Yeah.
Suraj, what were you doing when the system crashed or an IT issue occurred? What were you doing when the system crashed or an IT
When
issue
the
occurred?
issue was occurred. Yeah, yes, yes. When the issue occurred, I have been working in the one priority issue which was assigned to me previously. When I am aligned with that, for analyzing that issue, I have been connected with other senior developers to make some progress on that issue. Suddenly, we got an issue at that time when the servers has been crashed suddenly, where users are facing issue with the logging into the application. There is a priority incident to us, and we we conducted we joined in a pitch call along with the other server team and our some senior developers, and we solved the issue in an hour at that time. And
Good. Go ahead. Yeah.
Here a moment when you were training a new employee and they made a mistake, how did you respond?
yeah, I faced this situation when I am a senior. When I was a senior, in 2024, one junior has been joined to our project. As she is a fresher, she used to make some small mistakes, like while logging into the application or doing some activities via administrator level. She used to miss some privilege. She used to see some main conditions which we need to keep uh, as the primary task before creating the administrator ones. I used to explain her.
Need to interrupt, Vamsi. I lost your second line. So you used to keep what? Can you repeat that? I wanted to understand that. The second line. Second last line.
I used to explain her separate in a separate call.
Okay.
When instead of explaining the same call with the other seniors.
Understood.
While your team was conducting a meeting, what important issue was discussed?
Normally, our team used to conduct meetings regarding the issues which we need to handle when an priority issue came, or when an severe issue came. They used to how to handle that, how to mitigate those issues, or they used to explain how to solve that issue in a clear manner, or how to apply the solution, or how to be we need to what are the steps we need to take to solve those issues, and how to start a mail chain with the senior PP's clients who are affected those issues.
Understood.
We need
I got
to
it.
send like those.
I got it. Thank you so much, Vamsi. Thanks, Sriharsa. You spoke fine, Vamsi. Grammar is, I could say, 75 to 80% on point. Minor errors, which we can always work, right? On the whole, you're speaking in the right tense. Am I right, everyone? Right? Good. He's over to hold a conversation, Vamsi. Just that hesitation will also break. It'll go off, right? Keep practicing like this. Just wanted to correct you. Whatever you said was right. The same sentence, if I revamp it or I change it, I used to get onto a one-to-one call with her to help her understand the challenges and ensure they are not repeated in the future. That's it. What you said is also grammatically fine, right? If you just want to make the sentence a bit more structured, I would suggest you to say this. Right? Just making you sound more professional. It is not wrong what you said. Okay? So I've said it with you. And everyone else, make a note. When he said an issue came up, issue coming up is also correct grammar. If you want to level up a little, one level up, you can say issue cropped up. Issues keep cropping up. Right, Vamsi? So since you're in the IT sector, if I'm not wrong?
Yeah, yes.
So you can we all can use this. It's not only IT. We all can use this. Issues cropped up or issue cropped up. Okay, coming up, issue came up is also not wrong. He spoke in the fine grammar.
Ma'am, you're on mute.
So sorry. I'm so sorry. Accidentally, I went on mute. Yeah. So I was talking of the point that I made to Vamsi. Issue cropped up. Right, Vamsi? Same thing. We can say issue cropped up instead of came up. Came up is also okay. The grammar is fine when you spoke on that point. Others, we can all make a note. Issue cropped up. Right? This is for everyone. Other than that, Vamsi, you understood your feedback, right?
Yeah.
I get on to a one-to-one call with her. Just the same sentence, I made it a little more professional. Grammatically, you were fine. You were not wrong. Okay? Thank you so much. All right. Next pair. Room number 3. Yeah. Srilata is with Shikha and
Avni.
And I was there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'll start. I'll ask question to you, Srilata.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Okay. Hey, hi, Srilata. How are you doing?
Yeah, doing well, thank you.
I hope you are comfortable. Let me know once you are fine. We can start the interview.
Yeah, yes. Sure.
Okay. So, Srilata, can you describe your time when you were working on a project and something unexpected happened?
Yeah, when I was working on a project, I couldn't find the file which was sent by the client. I just cross-checked the email twice till I couldn't get the file. So I did not hesitate to ask the client to send it back.
Okay. And how did you manage to cope up with this situation?
I didn't get you.
How did you manage to cope up with the situation when you didn't receive the file from the client? How did you resolve this issue?
I just discussed with my manager about the issue. Then we tried to reach out the client.
Okay, that's a very good approach. Let's jump to the next question. Tell me about a situation when you were handling a client issue and the situation got worst. How did you manage it?
So when we were working on a project, so the deadline we couldn't complete the task within the deadline. So at that situation, the client was got anger. So we just told to the client about our situation, our technical issues which were in the system. So we just